Survivor Thrivers? Authentically me, Regina B, is back with another video. Welcome back to my channel. We are about to get into our long run. Today is Sunday, August 27th. 11 weeks to go till my first half marathon. And Sundays are long runs, as you guys know. So today's run will be 7.5 because every week I add on a half a mile to my long runs leading up to the dress rehearsal, which will be a mock 13.1 run a week before my first half marathon. And I'm excited to get this run done. I was on the fence of whether I wanted to do it outside or indoors because it was raining earlier, but it has cleared up. And I was gonna run with my friend, but she's not feeling well. So I decided to land on running on my treadmill, getting my 7.5 in there, and then I'll mix it up this week and do some of my speed work outdoors. So that's how I'll get my indoor time and outdoor time switch off. I'm gonna find a guided run on the iFit app to do. I feel like to get 7.5, it may take me, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, because last week we did 7 miles and that took me an hour and like 23 minutes. But on the treadmill, I can make the conditions more to my liking. I can control the conditions that I'm running in. And I'm not running in the wind. Like, it's 11-mile-per-hour winds out there right now, so I don't have the resistance of the wind pushing against me on the treadmill. So I'm gonna say about, it may take me 90 minutes to get 7.5, but I'm really not thinking about the time or the pace. I'm just thinking of going the distance of the race. So I'm gonna come back on and update you guys with any gems, any revelations that come to me during my run. Yeah, so we're back at it again. 11 weeks to go. Peace. What is up, Survivor Thrivers? I'm back. I'm done with my run. Guys, I already recorded a post-run video, but I had it, okay, so I had my camera flipped around because I have this new selfie stick, but I didn't have it like upright enough, so it just looked really, really weird, and I was like, oh my God, I've got to re-record this, so it's fine. You know, I didn't want to put like this awkward angle for you guys to try to watch and maneuver through, but I do like this selfie stick. It's a great, it is a great tool to have to just, you know, it helps me push it out more. So I'm done with my run. Sunday Funday long run done. I greatly enjoyed myself. So I started out, I picked a run session on my iFit app that I thought that I would enjoy. So when I clicked it, I thought that it said an hour and 35 minutes because that's what I was estimating how long it would take me to finish 7.5 miles at a good, easy pace. And I picked a new trainer and the location was in Bolivia. And so once I clicked it, I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I picked this one, because he was talking about working towards your half marathon. And it was like a series, and it was a video that's in a series that's designed to train you to your first half marathon or just your half marathon. So I was like, oh my God, that's so awesome. So as I'm running, you know, they show where you're at, and I reached the halfway mark, you know, as he's showing the map of where we're running. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so good. Like, I don't feel tired. My body feels great. We almost done. Guys, the guided run was actually 35 minutes. And I was like, oh my God. So I had to stop. I went to his name and I finished, and I found another run that was like an hour and 3 minutes long. And it just so happened that was talking about, I'm going to get on my treadmill so I can tell you his name. But it just so happened that also was was a series connected to a run in the series of getting towards your first half marathon. So the name of it is Bolivia Half Marathon Training Series. Here, I'll flip this around so you can see it. There it is there. Okay, guys, sorry to interrupt. I had to come back on and reshoot this information for you because the angle that I had the camera when I turned it around when it was on selfie mode just did not work at all. So this is the iFit trainer's name. Leave it here for a second so you can read that. And then if we go back, so this was the run that I thought was an hour and 35 minutes. And I actually ran this first. And then, and you don't pay any attention to the stats unless, if you want to see the real stats, wait till the end of the video to see my watch stats. This is just showing you at the rate, at the miles per hour that you put on the treadmill and the estimation of how fast the belt is going. This is where they get that average pace from and that distance. But yeah, I thought it was an hour and 35 minutes. And so I finished this one, and let's exit out of that. And then the next one that I did on the same day, as you can see, is this one. It's a part of the same series, and it's called This. And I liked both of them, and I gave both of them a like and both of them 5 stars. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and give you a clearer image of the trainer and like the work that I did, and because the angle that I had, it was just horrible. So there's the information. See you guys later. Those are the 2 guided runs that I did today. And the first one, like I said, I was feeling great. I was like, oh my God, we're coming to an end of this run. Like, I feel great. And then when I saw that it was only like 33 minutes and he was counting us down, I was like, oh my gosh, like I thought this was an hour and 35 minutes. And so when I looked at my watch, I was at 33 minutes, but I was at like 2.67 miles. And so I was like, I was a smidge bit disappointed, because I'm like, dang, I felt so good, but I got so much more to cover. I got so much more to go. But I just got that out of my head. I reminded myself to be easy on myself. I reminded myself that, you know, to be patient. And I went ahead and started that second run like I showed you. And I just was like, give your body a chance to reset, you know, focus on your goal, focus on what you're doing. Don't overexert yourself. You can do this, you got this. And I ended up finishing it. The runs, okay, so the first one, it said introductory. So he was really just talking about like what the series was going to be about, you know, what you should be thinking about as you prepare yourself for longer runs. He talked about the importance of hydration. He talked about the importance of knowing your own rate of perceived effort, and having your own goals that you're going towards. And then the second one, he talked about just so much information, great coaching. He talked about the importance of hydration, what happens in the body as we lose our fluids, what happens in our blood as we lose our fluids, and why hydration is so important. I'm not going to get into it because I wouldn't be fully able to articulate it the way that he was, because he is a doctor, he's a geologist. So, you know, Google that if you want to know, but it was some really great information that he gave. He talked about why specifically it's important to think about what you want to eat, like what your recovery meal will be, but not to start thinking about a whole bunch of different foods, because if you do, whatever you decide to end up eating is not going to be satisfying to you. So just make a plan of what you're going to eat and stick to it, and then move on. Don't overthink, you know, a bunch of different meals. Just think of that one thing that you're going to have 30 to 45 minutes after your run. So that was really good for me personally. Once the first, you know, 33 minutes was great. Breathing, great, on point. He had some pretty good incline pushes in that because he's running in the mountains. So I didn't adjust it. I just used it as an opportunity to focus on my form. I used it as a way to coach myself through, like, okay, when you go through your half marathon, there are going to be some inclines in there. There may even be some hill pushes in there. So use this as an opportunity to practice running easy, keeping a steady, even pace on an incline. So that's how I, you know, countered that desire to push the button, like, go down, go down. So the first part was great. And then once we got into the second part, I was really able to keep my, my rate of perceived effort low. So the second run, that was an hour and 3 minutes, he had us warm up for 20 minutes. And then we went into about 6 or 7 pushes of 1 minute at moderate, I want to say RPE 6, and 1 minute of recovery, on, off, on, off, on, off. And he didn't count the amount of intervals we did that for, but I want to say it was about 6 or 7. And I just let whatever he programmed in and whatever the machine do, whatever it did. And so it went between, for recovery, 4.5 miles an hour, and for the moderate push, 4.8. So it was kind of more like a RPE 6 on the moderate part, and then a RPE 4 on the recovery part. And then we ended with a really long cool down. He didn't say how long minute wise it was, but it finished out the run. And I just used that to stay calm, to not overexert myself. My praise music was getting good. And so I was like, no, do not go with the tempo of the song. Do not go with the beat that you're feeling, but just, keep going in steady, even pace, because you don't want to get into that space where you're like, yeah, but then you can't finish it. And so I thought with those 2 times, with those 2 runs, I'm like, okay, I'll probably end up at about 7.5, maybe 7.6. I covered 7.84 miles, and I resisted the urge to go up to 8, because today was only supposed to be 7.5. And my personality is like, well, go ahead and push a little further. You're already at 7.84. Why not go 8? No, we're going to put a period in it. I feel blessed, yes, to be able to go 7.84 miles. I wasn't expecting that to happen at all, but I'm not going to push myself any further. I'm going to land right here where I'm at, because I'm feeling good and I'm feeling great. And who knows what that 2 minutes could do. That 2 minutes could end up injuring your ankle. And I want to say that around my right ankle area felt great during my run. I started to feel, my hamstrings and my calves talking to me, but I didn't let that deter me from what I was doing. I just acknowledged it. And then I told myself, that is your muscles getting used to the work that you are putting in. That's your muscles acknowledging, okay, you're doing a little bit something different. We're working a little bit differently, and we're adjusting. So that was how I was able to talk through that, and then just finish strong. And I ended up finishing, I felt recovered, so I only did like a 2-minute cool down. And now, it's time to, you hear my husband snoring? Now it's time to hydrate. It's time to feed the body, fuel the body. Time to recover. I already finished my yoga session, so my stretching is done. I either will do another yoga session just to be on the safe side, and I will do some leg rolling. The other videos, I have to be honest, when I was like, I'm gonna leg roll, I did not leg roll. But I am going to leg roll after this session, some point today, later on today. It is Sunday, August 27th. We got 11 weeks to go, and this is run day 1 of our 6-day running cycle. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you've made it this far, thank you for spending your time with me. I greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed the content, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And suggest if someone else is on the journey or you want to join the journey, leave a comment, share the channel, go out there and get after whatever your get after is. I love you. God loves you so much.